ಲಾಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇವು ಕೂಡ ದಾಣಿ ಚಲೋ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಬನ್ನಿ ಕೊಡು.
A very good morning to each and everyone. With a sense of reverence and responsibility, we gathered here today to commemorate and celebrate three pivotal occasions that holds profound significance in our global calendar. Those are World Water Day, World Sparrow Day, and World Women's Day.
Today, we come together to honor the achievements of women, recognize the importance of water conservation, and raise awareness about the conservation of sparrow.
Each of these days holds immense significance in its own right, and together they represent our commitment to building a better, more equitable and sustainable world for all of us.
I'm your host for today's event, Sania Tabassum, MSc 3rd semester, Department of Zoology.
And I am your co-host Praful, MSc 3rd semester, Department of Zoology. It's our privilege to stand before you as your host for this momentous occasion.
Celebration and action. It is imperative that we recognize the importance of these days in shaping our collective consciousness, driving positive change, and fostering a more equitable and sustainable future for generations to come.
With the hearts of full gratitude and minds brimming with purpose, let us formally commence this special event dedicated to honoring the achievements of women, advocating for water conservation and raising awareness about the conservation of sparrows.
I would like to invite the dignitaries to step on the dais. Firstly, I would like to welcome our Honorable Professor Dayanand Aksar Sir, Vice Chancellor, Gulbarga University, Kalburgi.
We welcome you, sir. I would also like to invite our chief guest, Dr. Nishat Arif Hossaini, Dean of Science, Arts, Humanities, Language, Social Science, Education, Law and Commerce Department, KBN University, Kalburgi. To honor the dais, we welcome you, ma'am.
Now, I would like to invite and welcome a Professor Medhavani Katti, Registrar, Gulbarga University, Kalburgi. We welcome you, ma'am.
I would like to welcome Kumari Gayatri, Finance Minister, Gulbarga University, Kalburgi. To honor the dais, we welcome you, ma'am, in their absence. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Chikazul Reddy, Assistant Professor, Department of Search and Testing Management, University of Agricultural Science, Raichur, to honor the dais.
I welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to invite a guest of honor, Dr. C. Sulochana, Senior Professor, Dean, Science Institute and Syndicate Member, Gulbarga University, Kalburgi. We welcome you, ma'am.
Now, I invite guest of honor, Dr. Abdul Raq Ustad, Senior Professor, Dean, Member of Arts Council and Academic, Gulbarga University, Kalburgi, to honor the dais.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. K. Vijay Kumar Sir, Senior Professor and Chairman, Department of Zoology, Gulbarga University, Kalburgi. We welcome you, sir.
And I would like to welcome Mrs. Anita Vijay Kumar for the welcome, ma'am.
And I would also like to welcome Dr. Prakash Karyajanavaru, Chairman, Department of EVS Department. We welcome you, sir.
Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Siddhartha Sir, Department of Chemistry. We welcome you, sir.
Lastly, I would like to welcome the invitees, guest faculties, research scholars, media person, non-teaching staff, my dear fellow mates and all my juniors to the occasion. We welcome you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, as we commence this auspicious gathering, I kindly request to rise as we pay homage to our beloved state with the rendition of our state anthem, Nadagite.
With deep reverence and pride for our heritage, let us come together in unity and solidarity as we honor rich culture that defines our identity. Now I invite Srishti and Ruth from the MSc First Semester Department of Zoology to grace us and awaken our inner soul through Nadagite and invocation song.
भारत जननीय तनुजाते जय हे कर्नाटक माते जय सुंदर नदी वनಗಳ ನಾಡೆ ಜಯ ಪ್ರೇರಸ ಋಷಿಗಳ ಮೀರೆ ಭೂದೇವಿಯ ಮಕುಟದ ನವಮಣಿಯೇ ಗಂಧದ ಚಂದದ ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ಗಣಿಯೇ ರಾಘವ ಮಧುಸೂದನರವ ಧರಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜನನಿಯ ಜೋಗುಳ ವೇದದ ಘೋಷ ಜನನಿಗೆ ಜೀವವು ನಿನ್ನಾವೇಶ ಹಸುರಿನ ಗಿರಿಗಳ ಸಾಲೆ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಕೊರಳಿನ ಮಾಲೆ ಕಪಿಲ ಪತಂಜಲ ಗೌತಮ ಜನನುತ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಶಂಕರರ ಮನುಜ ವಿದ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಮಧ್ವರ ದಿವ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ರತ್ನ ಷಡಕ್ಷರಿ ಪೊನ್ನ ಪಂಕದ ತುಮಿ ಕವಿ ಜನ್ನ ಕುಮಾರ ವ್ಯಾಸರ ಮಂಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಕವಿ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಗಳ ಪುಣ್ಯಾರಾಮ ನಾನಕ ರಾಮಾನಂದ ಕಬೀರರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ತೈಲಕ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳರಾಡಿದ ನಾಡೆ ರಂಗಣ ಜಗಣರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವೀರ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶರಾವತಿ ತುಂಗ ಕಾವೇರಿಯ ವರರಂಗ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ವಿವೇಕರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ನೋಟ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಪಾರಸೀಕ ಜನರು ಧ್ಯಾನ ಜನಕನ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಗಾಯಕ ವೈಣಿಕರ ರಾಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ಗೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ.
Good morning all. Today we are gathered here to celebrate World Agriculture International Women's Day, World Water Day and World Sparrow Day 2024. On this occasion, we have with us Professor Dayanand Sir, Vice Chancellor, Gulbarga University. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir, to the Department of Zoology. Dr. Vedavani Katti, the Registrar and Registrar Evaluation, Gulbarga University. I welcome you, madam, for this function. I requested Mrs. Gayatri, Finance Officer. She came. I also welcome her. I welcome Dr. Nishat Arif Hussaini, Dean Faculty of all faculties in KEEP University. I welcome Professor C. Sulochana, Syndicate Member, Dean Faculty of Science and Technology, University. I welcome Dr. Mallikarjun Reddy. He is a Assistant Professor at Department of Soil and Water Conservation Department, Agriculture College, University of Agriculture Sciences, Raichur. I welcome Rav Prasad, Dean Faculty of Arts and Chairman Department of Urdu for this occasion. I welcome all the chairpersons of the department, Professor Prakash Karajanwar, Professor Siddhappa, and Kumar Swami, all the guest faculties, electronic media, and non-teaching staff of the department and university. I welcome you all for these three celebrations in the department. As you all know, the International Women's Day will be celebrated on the March 8th of every year. This is an important event we celebrate in India and almost all the parts of the world, giving importance to the women in the society and celebrate the women's achievement, raise awareness about discrimination, take action to drive gender parity. International Women's Day belongs to everyone, everywhere. Inclusion means all international women's action is valid. So that is what the theme of the 8th March 2024. When you come to the World Disparity Day, which will be celebrated every year on March 20th of every year, the theme of the World Disparity is sparrows, give them a tweet chance. I love sparrows, we love sparrows. This is the theme for the March 20th, 2024. Because this International World Sparrow Day was established in March 20th in 2010 in India by the Nature Forever Society. Since then, this has been celebrated almost all the nations as a World Sparrow Day. This was founded by Muhammad Dilawar, Indian conservationist, who was very enthusiastic, and he was giving importance to the house sparrows and trying to conserve them because of the why these sparrows are going away from houses and because of the so many habitat degradation, urbanization, changes in agricultural practices, indiscriminate use of pesticides, thereby the sparrows are now declining in the environment. So we need to conserve the sparrows for the better dispersal of the seed and for the development of agroecological practices to create suitable habitat for the sparrows. That's why we are celebrating World Sparrow Day every year. And coming to the World Water Day, every year March 22nd we are celebrating as a World Water Day. And this without water there is no life. As you all see, every day newspaper there is a Bangalore is a scarcity facing, Hyderabad is facing the scarcity of water, even Gulbarga also facing the scarcity of water. We have to conserve the water, we have to use the methodology of rainwater harvesting and conserve the water. So the theme of this March 22nd 2024 theme is water for peace. Without water there is no life. So every time people are fighting each other because of the conflict arises because everybody wants water. If a tanker comes to your colony, then everybody will go with all parts and to collect the water, there will be fighting is there. When water is sufficient, the peace will be there in the colonies and the states as well as the nation as well as the international level also. So that's why we need to come out with the water crisis and conserve. So that's what these three important events we are celebrating. I am very grateful to the Vice Chancellor for permitting us to celebrate these important events in the Department of Geology for the benefit of the geology students. Thank you very much, sir, for your kindness for showing interest in the Department of Geology for celebrating these events in the department. Thank you, Honorable.
Welcome you all.
On the stage, beginning from our good friend, Professor Diana Naxal, Dr. Vijay Kumar sir, who is also in abiding friendship with the university, the Dean Madam, the finance officer, and all the other, Abdul Rafsat, and all the other esteemed dignitaries present on the stage, the faculty of the departments of environmental science, of zoology, chemistry, all others, my dear colleagues both in Gulbarga University and the KPN University who are present here, my dear students who are the audience here. A very good morning and thank you very much for inviting me here. The thanks should go to Dr. Vijay Kumar and to the Department of Zoology for thinking of me. Although I am a literature postgraduate, but my grounding is in sciences, and probably that is why I'm also the Dean of the Faculty of Science. With a scientific bent of mind and approach, it was more disciplined to do any other subject. There are three very vital things that you have addressed today in this department, but I was also very, very impressed to see the use that you have made of indigenous materials and avoided plastic in building the nests or the birds feeding nest which is made of metal, and that is why it's so important. We should, if we are going to care for the environment, we should first leave our friendship with plastics. All the plastics were instituted by us, by people who first manufactured this as a byproduct of petroleum. But it is now the most harmful thing, which is actually choking fishes in the sea, in the rivers, and we are so indiscriminately using plastic that it is actually spoiling the entire environment, including the soil, so that nothing will grow if we have so much of plastic broken up into pieces, which is also going into our children's bodies, because we drink from plastic bottles, and then Indians do not throw away anything. That is a very, very particular thing. We don't throw away the Bisleri bottles. We take it home or we keep it in the cars, and if it's any soft drink bottle, we reuse it. Reusing it is the most deadly thing which happens, because the plastic disintegrates, and whatever is contained in it, after some time you will see that the plastic bottle is discolored and it is not fit for human use, but we still use it. And same way, we have never respected the house sparrow. And I'm so happy that you have instituted a day and created a function for it, because the house sparrow was something of whose sounds we were used to hearing when we were children. In my childhood, we had a large house, and these sparrows would begin the day and these sparrows would end the evening, because when they come back to the nest in the evening. But now there are no trees. There are more and more nests of human beings. And these nests are those flats which are built in 23 stories, 20 stories, 10-story buildings. Fortunately, we still do not have such high rises in Gulbarga. Probably that is why we have a clearer sky. But if you go to neighboring Hyderabad, you will find that the sky perpetually wears a grey-colored look, because there is so much of emissions and there's so much of atmospheric pollution, and we do not take care to have the factories far away. Actually, what is happening is the city is moving towards the factories, and soon the factory of whatever industries, including chemical industries, will be next door to the houses which are going to be built there. So that is how the scenario is, and that is how probably India is an unorganized growth sector where houses are indiscriminately built around. This, I think, puts a very large responsibility on the Department of Environment Science, on the Department of Zoology, chemistry, biotechnology, as the Honorable PC stressed in his very informative keynote address which he provided to a conference there. Professor Akzar said that we should have some useful things emerging from the departments. Useful in the sense you students should be experimenting on ways to use your knowledge for daily use. And that is the most important contribution you can make apart from carrying home your PG degrees. I would be brief because we have already got other very good speakers probably to speak to you. But the last topic which I was going to speak on was women. In fact, probably, yes, thank you for honoring me as a woman. But since a couple of years, I have been encouraging my students and faculties not to pinpoint this Women's Day, but to carry on. And the reason was, it should be the men, boys who should be celebrating the Women's Day, if they really value the women. If the women keep on celebrating themselves, after some years, it will probably become boring. Is it not? You are bored. See, people are confessing to the fact that if you keep on taking a dholki and hatti and you keep on beating the drums and say, women, very important. What is it that is important? Ultimately, what matters to me is that when family comes, what is the difference between a man dying of starvation and a woman dying of starvation? What is the difference? Where will we say that who is important? Whose day are we going to celebrate? What is happening in wars? Everyone suffers. The family, the whole of it suffers. If the men go out and fight, then it is the woman who suffers, being bombed. So what is the difference between that? In another of my talks, I have actually pointed out that if you see the very poor, the deprived, who are seen sometimes to be hunting in garbage heaps, although it is such a sad sight and such a shaming sight for all of us, because we see such a scene where there is a person who is hunting in garbage heaps. We ought to get down from whatever vehicle we are traveling in and give something or provide something to that person. But if it's a woman scavenging for food or it's a man scavenging for food, what is the difference? Where is it that we should celebrate that? Women should actually be celebrated for the strength that they possess, the diversity that they have, because they manage various activities without any problems. They would be career people, they would come home and be mothers and wives and sisters. This is the multidimensional aspect that women enjoy more than any other person. And this is something that you should be proud of. This is something you should inculcate, develop your strength, stand with the rest. There should be no markers, there should be no reservation, there should be nothing to point out. We are just the same as other human beings. And so once you are in the race equally, then when you win, that win is better.
Three events put together, and all that seems to be the world and international events. And we have International Women's Day celebrations, International Sparrows Day celebrations, and World Water Day celebrations. It's a rare combination of this. On this great event, we have a very prominent, relevant guest, I must say, speakers on this occasion. Professor Nishad Arif Sahib Chaini, who happens to be my friend since 1980s. We joined together through sports activities and she was a faculty member in BB Raja Women's Degree College, where I just started my student career in MSc Microbiology. Since then, we are closely associated for various academic activities too. Madam, thank you very much. It's the occasion for me to remind all those days. And on this occasion, we have the guest of honors on this occasion, Dr. Mallikarjun Reddy, Assistant Professor in the Water and Soil Testing and Management Department of Agriculture, University of Agricultural Sciences, Raichur. And we have the guest of honors, Dr. C. Sulochana Madam, the member of the Dean Faculty of Science and Technology, honorable member of the Syndicate of Gulbarga University, and also Professor Abdul Rahman, Senior Professor, and the Chairperson of the Department of Urdu and Persian, and also the honorable member of the Academic Council, Dr. K. Vijay Kumar, who is the Senior Professor and the Chairperson of the Department of Zoology, is a person instrumental in organizing these kind of very important events on the campus atmosphere. And my colleagues, Professor Siddhappa, Professor Vidyajanava, Kumar Swami, all other invitees, guest faculties, students, and the research students of the department, and the friends from the media. Friends, this is the occasion for us to realize ourselves how we can develop in nature, keeping our nature quite intact in the nature itself. Any progress else depends upon the progress of the nature, protection of the nature, and the conservation of the nature. And three important components of the nature: air, water, and soil. If we do not conserve, if we do not protect, remember, we will never be protected by the nature itself. It is not those we want for our protection. It is the major responsibility of all of us, particularly we the human beings, to protect the nature itself in general, and particularly these three major components. Until and unless we protect and we maintain the quality of these three, air, soil, and water, remember, nature will never allow us to grow. So it is globally accepted phenomena that the progress of any nation depends upon the progress of the nature itself. Nature-based progress leads into the development of the nation. Otherwise, it's never possible. We ask, how is it possible? You just imagine the temperature with which we are undergoing now. If we compare the previous year's temperature, it is almost 3 to 4 degrees plus shoot up during the March and April itself. Can you imagine the temperatures at places like Mangalore, places like Kodagu, places like Bangalore, places like Shimoga? They have never heard the temperature over 35 plus degrees centigrade. And today, all these localities are suffering with the temperature of about 36 to 39 degrees centigrade. And Gulbarga itself, though we may not feel, but please remember, we have never seen the crossing of 41, 42 degrees centigrade in the late March or the early April hours. It is already 43 plus. What I am just trying to say with you is, it's all man-made activities being made by us only. So we don't have to look into that. And it shall be the responsibility for all of us that any progress of us, of human being, shall be nature-based. Until unless we develop the nature, until unless we conserve the nature, until unless we protect the nature, please remember, we're getting ourselves destroyed. We'll never be able to protect ourselves. No soil can protect us, no oil can protect us, no water can protect us. So above all, saving is most critical factor. Saving of water is at most important. Yes, we do see many places where they are running for the water itself. But please remember, it's not a new one to say. Many of us might have been observed that there are certain locations, certain places where we are wasting a lot of water, even today. It will be surprised if I say you probably might have observed that there are certain locations, there are certain places, including our houses, where we waste the water to a greater extent. Please remember, every drop of water is the most important for a human being. Every drop of water. Though we say that there are about 1/3 of the water is present across the globe, but the real water required for the consumption is not even 1/4. So today we are reaching a stage where absolutely we are suffering a lot for the drop of the drinking water. So it's only an example for us to realize. So these are the occasions to realize ourselves, actualize ourselves, that how nature can be protected by us, so that indirectly we can protect ourselves for the development of the nation. Madam, as you rightly said, this is the Women International Day. Symbolically, we might have just felicitated 3 women. So it is only occasion for men to realize and understand how important the women are in the nature, in the country, in the society. So it has been compared that women has been related to the nature of earth. So women is such an empowered entity of the living being who has got a capacity to protect everything, every nature also. It is being accepted universally that women is a nature. So it is that so much of potential that women is being compared to the nature itself. We have to holistically love women, protect women, and very holistically we have to make the women more empowered for our own self, empowering the nation itself. So it is that kind of an integration in the society where we have to look at the women also. I hope we have the faculty from the Department of Agricultural Sciences who will be talking on soil, water and its conservation further technically so much, as we have some other meetings to be attended. So I have to leave the stage now. Thank you very much, and my appreciation and thanks to Professor K. Vijay Kumar and his entire team of the faculty from the school. Madam, as you said, though you were from the literature, not from the zoology. Literature covers everything. Zoology may not cover everything. Literature covers every subject, every field. Women covers everything. So it is that point of view, you are the very right guest on this occasion. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and being with us. Thank you.
Om Shri Guru Bhasvalingaya Namah. So, respected Vice Chancellor Sir and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais and students. So, today we are celebrating our World Water Day. We will be celebrating 22nd March in every year. Before commencing of this regarding this World Water Day, just I would like to ask one question to the students. So, which is the largest river system is there in the Karnataka? Anyone knows? Anyone knows which is the largest river system in Karnataka? This is a basic question. Yeah, I'm expecting more answers. Sir, thank you. Very good, because I visited many colleges. They said the Kaveri is the biggest research, because everyone knows Kaveri will we can see in the slides so the Kaveris. But actually, the biggest river system is only the Krishna river system, which will be covered around 59.7% of command area to this northern area of the Karnataka. So here, actually the Department of Soil and Water Engineering. So in the Agriculture College Kalburgi, we have one department that is Soil and Water Engineering. But we have one separate college that is Agriculture Engineering College that will be located at the College of Agriculture Engineering, Raichur. So I am the alumni of that college. But here, so 3 years regarding this conservation of water, and conservation of soil. See, there are simple techniques we can follow day to day to conserve the water and soil. See the simple techniques we can follow some of the important techniques to save the water and soil. So first of all, we need to go for the conservation of the water by construction of the dams. See, we know there is a one village that is Unsi Adigili, which is located at Kalburgi Taluk. So we are establishing more than 68 check dams and establishing more than 4 quotas, which is for animal drinking purpose, which is for saving of the water purpose. We are establishing in the Gulbarga Taluk, along with see, normally there is a one village which is very near to the Gulbarga, that is Munsi Adigili. So Government of India and Government of Karnataka along with the Watershed Department, we are establishing
some of the important structures which will be saving the water. Not only water, we can also save the life of the animals. Also, we can save the soil. See, normally in government of India and government of Karnataka, they have released this year 17 crores 65 lakhs for only the construction of soil and water conservation structures, which includes, like for example, check dam. The more than 68 check dams we are establishing this year, and also we have established around 5 bogatas, which is very important for animal drinking purpose, and we will be harvesting the runoff water which is generated over the soil. So normally that is we are not collecting that water. That water we will be collecting through either check dam, either we are establishing this one. So again, the means what is the outcome of those structures? See, normally, see this year we are facing very severe problem with the water. Even we can see the cut section of the Gulbarga, we can find only the holes. Those are called borewell holes. As per the scientific rule and regulation, there is a one borewell will be at 1 kilometer. One borewell in the back side, we must establish one borewell will be at every 500 meter. In red soil, one borewell will be at every 1 kilometer. But nowadays, in Gulbarga, for example, Gulbarga, every 30-40 site, we are having 2 or 1 borewell we are establishing. Because of these reasons, every day we are only extracting the water from the ground, but we are not going to manage the water. So how to manage the water? There is a simple technique. Just I am telling regarding this 30-40 site. So for example, 30-40 sites every day in Gulbarga region, we are receiving almost 700 to 800 mm rainfall. We can harvest that rainfall through pipes and all those, and directly we can divert it to tank, or you can go for the storage, or you can go direct for the borewell recharge. So what is the outcome of this doing this work? So generally, see, for example, in house we are a normal 4 members. We can use every day a 500 liters of water. Without any source, we can run more than 150 days without any borewell, without any corporation water. We can use by harvesting of the rooftop water. So there is a one simple project I have submitted to the SKDB. In our campus, every day we require more than 20,000 liters of water, because we are having a strength of more than 400 students. Girls are almost 180, and students will be having around 250 students, and staff, including staffs, we are having total 400 to 500, and including small gardens. Every day we are spending minimum of 20,000 liters of water, but we are really lacking about the water storage, because we are completely dependent on municipal corporation, because we don't have any borewells. We have a borewells that will be dry during the month of January only. January, February, March, April, May, June, first week of July up to, we want to take the water from the corporation or other borewells. This is what we are facing in our same Gulbarga campus only. And here, another techniques, we can go for saving of the water by borewell recharge method. This is a very important. We can save the borewell, we can save the water by borewell recharge. See, in Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, we have established more than 40 borewells, demo borewells. So, how to recharge the borewell, and that too we have given to the farmers of different talukas of Kandurgi. So, with a cost of more than 1 crore, so we have spent almost 40 borewells, and remaining we need to spend another 23. Here, what we are doing, we are recharging the borewell with the help of the surface runoff and rooftop water which is generated over the river flow. See, normally we can do by doing the recharge, we can get the water, and we cannot go for the drying of the borewells. So this is what generally, yes, for example, this campus is huge campus, we can collect a huge amount of water, you can divert it to the pond, or you can divert it to the borewell, or you can store the infiltration tanks, or you can go for harvesting of the water for using of the plantation purpose. So these are some techniques. Another techniques we can go for normally compartment bundling. I think most of the students from farmers background. See, so you know this compartment bundling. So this is the best method. This will be following in the dryland agriculture system. This is compartment bundling. So normally chaukumadi anta karithunam. So otherly what we are doing every day before commencement of the first rainfall. Before commencement of the first rainfall, we will be establishing the normal compartment bunding. That too, it is only meant for black soil. Why? Because black soil is having a very less infiltration rate when compared to red soil and other soils. Because normally, 5 mm per hour, the capacity of infiltration rate of a particular soil. See, suppose if you receive the rainfall at a rate of 20 mm per hour. See, for example, just I am giving an example. If you are receiving a 20 mm rainfall per hour, but our soil capacity is having only a 5 mm per hour, remaining 15 mm of water starts running over the soil surface. Not only water, a fertile soil is starting running over the soil surface. This may lead for failure of crop and this may lead for failure of the farmer. The farmer is fails, then complete nation will be failed. So, for this is the reason we are establishing before commencement of the first rainfall, we have to establish that is compartment bunding that will harvest the runoff water and that will give the time to percolate for the some time so that it will infiltrate into the soil, that will enhance our groundwater and that also leads for recharging of nearest borewell. So these are the some techniques, and even in Gulbarga, this is a live example. We are establishing more than 68 check dams at the inside the village, and more than even go-karters also we have established, and drop inlets. These are the soil and water conservation structures. We can save the water, we can save our soil also. And even, see normally how this borewell recharge will be done. So anyone knows how we are normally, see, borewell recharge very simple techniques. We can harvest the water either roof or either runoff. See, normal borewell recharge, a simple borewell, first we have to establish whether this borewell is whether it is the recharge, it is fit for recharge or not. We need to test it first. So once we test is okay, how to test is simple, because I have prepared the PPT. It takes more than 2 to 3 hours for this giving of this presentation. So just I am giving information how this recharge will be done. So normally borewell recharge we can first, once test is passed, then we can go for digging of the borewell surrounded by 4 feet by 4 feet in a depth of 10 feet. Then we can test it first whether the casing is whether iron casing, or in the last 10 years back the farmers used to use the iron casing, but nowadays almost all the farmers are using PVC casing. That is, the PVC casing is only meant for to go for the recharging. So these are the some techniques we can save the water. Even in our campus, we have established more than 1 crore liters of farm pond to harvest all the campus of water. During rainy season, we have harvested the water. Still, there is a water in our campus, because we have established a very, only our campus is having 150 hectares of land. So these are the simple techniques. We can harvest the water and we can save the water, we can conserve the soil, and we can save the life of the farmers. So these important points to be noted down for this World Water Day. And even we can save the water. Normally what we are doing in the home, after first rain we will be collecting the water in the barrel, and that will be using for the cleaning and purpose. But same water, if you divert the storage tank, you can store the up to 100 days, you can use for 100 days, then there is no chance of scarcity of water. So these are the some reasons, these are the techniques we can follow: the borewell recharge, even infiltration tank, even go-kartas, check dams, and you can go for nala bund, you can go for small trench cum bunding. So have you heard the NREGA, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural, they are developing this trench cum bunding at the end of each field. What is the reason of the construction of trench cum bund? There are 2 reasons. One is to conserve the water. Second is it will store the water at the trenches. That will be help for drinking of the animals. Even that will help for pouring the water to the plants. So these are the some techniques they are following. Even government is also spending huge amount for this construction of all the soil and water conservation structures, but we are not thinking about the cleaning of these structures, desilting of the structures. Because of this, we are failing. Because of this, we are failing to store the water and to harvest the water. So these are the reasons, and we can save the water. Thank you for giving and inviting me for this prestigious occasion. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
ಸವಿಸ್ತರವಾಗಿ ರೆಡ್ಡಿಯವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದಷ್ಟು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಮೊದಲಿಂದಲೂ, ಮಗನಿಗೆ ಅದೇ ಕಲಿಸಿರೋದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನ್ನು. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿಗಳಿದೆ. ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿಗಳು ನನಗೆ ಕಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಚಯವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಮೊದಲು 13 ವರ್ಷ PG ಸೆಂಟರ್, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ PG ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಸಂಡೂರು, ಅದು ಟೋಟಲಿ ಕಾಡು. ಅದು ಮನೆ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಇರೋ, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಮನೆ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಇರುವ ಒಂದು ಲೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ನಿಲ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಕೂಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದು ತಿಂದು ಹೋಗುವುದು. ಇದು ರೂಢಿಕೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಹೀಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಪ್ಪು ಬರ್ಡ್, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಬರ್ಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಬಂದು ನೀರು ಕುಡಿದು ತಿಂದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು ತರ ಸಂತೋಷ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ತರ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟಾಗಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, 1-2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನೀರ್ ಹಾಕೋದು, ಕಾಳು ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಆ ನಂತರ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ. ಅವುಗಳ ಶಬ್ದ, ಕಲರವ, ನಾವು ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಂದು ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿದು ಆ ಕಲರವ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸುಂದರ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಹೀಗೆ ಹಿಂಪಾಗಿನೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿಜಯ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನನ್ಗೆ, ಆಸ್ ಎ ವುಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಹುಡುಗಿಯರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ನಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದೇನಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಪೌಷ್ಟಿಕತೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಹುಡುಗಿಯರಲ್ಲಿ. ನನ್ನದು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಇದೆ. 100 ವರ್ಗು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 3 rows ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, 3 rows ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, 1 row ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಹುಡುಗಿಯರು ಒಬ್ರು ಅಥವಾ ಇಬ್ರು ಬೀಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹುಡುಗರು ಎಂದು ಬೀಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ಹುಡುಗಿಯರು ಬಿದ್ದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದು ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹುಡುಗರು ಒಬ್ಬರು ಬೀಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ? ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ತಾರ, ಅವ್ರು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ರೆಡಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾರ್ದೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗೆ? ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್? ಅದ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು. ನನ್ನದೇ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ 6 ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, 3 ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು, 3 ಜನ ಗಂಡು ಹುಡುಗರು. ನಾನು ಮೊದಲೇಳು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಂದೂ ನಂಗೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗು ಮಗಳಂತಂದು ಹೇಳಿ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಓದಿದ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಮುಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆಗೇನೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮದೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳೋರು, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗುಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೋಧಿಸ್ತೀಯ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಗಂಡು ಹುಡುಗರೇ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಹುಡುಗರು ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ನಾನು MSc ಹಠ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಳ್ಳಾರಿಯಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಓದಿ ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ MSc ಮುಗಿಸಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಂದಾಗ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ PG ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಬಳ್ಳಾರಿಗೆ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ. ಹೋದ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ 38 years ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಗ ನಾವು 3 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗಿಯರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗರು. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಬೇರೆ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದವರು. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನದೇನಾಗೋದು ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆನೂ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರೋದು. 2 ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಮಾಡೋರು ಹುಡುಗರು, ಲೋಕಲ್, ನಾನ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲವರ್. ಮಾತು ಕಡಿಮೆ, ನನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಟೀಮ್ಗಳ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಯಾರು ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಟೀಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರು, 3ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬಳು ಲೋಕಲ್, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಳು ನಾನ್ ಲೋಕಲ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವಳು ನಾನ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ಲು, ನಾನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಮೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೂವರೆಗೂ ನನಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ರಿಟೈರ್ನು ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ನಾನು ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಓದಿಸಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ನನ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವರನು ಸಿಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋ ಪ್ರಸಂಗನೇ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಬಾಲ್ಕಿ ತಾಲೂಕಿನವರು, ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಂತು. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ನನಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯಿಂದ ನಾನು ಈ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಯಿತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ, ನನ್ನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ 1.5 ವರ್ಷ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇನ್ನ 5 ಜನ, 3 ಜನ ತಮ್ಮಂದ್ರು, 2 ತಂಗಿಯರು. ನನ್ನದೊಂದು ಕನಸು. ನನಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗ ಒಬ್ಬ DC ಇದ್ರು, ಗೌರಿ ತ್ರಿವೇದಿ ಅಂತ, ಬಳ್ಳಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಕ್ಲರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು BA ತರ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಡೇರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೀಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ನನಗೆ ಆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊರೆಯೋದು, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹುದ್ದೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕನಸು. ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ನನ್ನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರೋ 5 ಜನನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ನಾನೊಬ್ಬಳೇ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ, ಮನೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು, ಬಡತನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಂದಿಗೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾಣಬಡ್ಲಾರ್ದಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬಲಗೈಯಾಗಿ ನಿಂತು 5 ಜನ, 3 ಜನ ತಮ್ಮಂದ್ರಿಗೆ, 2 ತಂಗಿಯರಿಗೆ ಕೂತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರು ಓದಿ ಆದ ನಂತರ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಲಗಿದ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ರಾತ್ರಿ 10:30 ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಓದ್ಬೇಕು. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ಇವತ್ತಿನವರೆಗೂ ತಮ್ಮಂದರಾಗ್ಲಿ ತಂಗಿಯರಾಗ್ಲಿ ತಪ್ಪೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಹೊರತು ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿನ ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕಾರಣ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ. ನಾನು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗೆ, ಮಗಳಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀಯ ಅಂದಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಮೊದಲೇದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಊಟ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಒಂದು ರೀಸನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹುಡುಗಿಯರಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಸ್ತು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದ, ನಮಗೆ ಅದ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗಂಟೆಗಟ್ಲೆ ಕೂತ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ. ಹಾಗಂತ ನಾನು ಏನು ಹುಡುಗಿಯರಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೂ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಹೇಳೋದು, ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತಿಂದಾನೇ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಏನ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಮಾಷೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ ಹಿಂದೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಿರುಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ you are my adopted children for 2 years. I won't leave you. ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ, ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ 4 ಜನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, 4 ಜನ ಕೂಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮೊದ್ಲು ಕಸಬರಿಗೆ ಇಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಾನೇ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಗ ಬಂದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಂತ ಖರ್ಚಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಂಡಿ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ. ನಾವು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವ್ಯಾಕೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ತೋರ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ? ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಿ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಇದೆ. ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಆನರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಇವತ್ತು, ಒಂದು ತರ ಖುಷಿನೂ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವೈಡ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಕೂಡ ಬಂತು. ನೋಡಿ, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ನಾವು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ, ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಸ್ತು, ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಹಿಡಿತೇನೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಸೊಸೆ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ, ಮಗಳಾಗಿ ಅವಳು ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ನಾವು ಹೇಳುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮತ್ತೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಕಲಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ವಿಚಾರ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮನಗಂಡು ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಂತಿಮ ಘಟ್ಟ. ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳು ಹೇಳಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಂಬಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ, ನೇಚರ್ ಇಸ್ ವುಮನ್, ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ವುಮನ್, ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇಸ್ ವುಮನ್, ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಪಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ, ವಿಶ್ವ ಜಲ ದಿನ, ವಿಶ್ವ ಪ್ರಪಂಚಗಳ ಹಾಗೂ ವಿಶ್ವ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ 3 ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ಈ ವಿಶೇಷ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಬಂದಂತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಿಶಾತ್ ಆರಿಫ್ ಹುಸೈನಿ, ಡೀನರು, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಕಲಾ, ಮಾನಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳು, ಭಾಷೆಗಳು, ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ, ಕಾನೂನು ಮತ್ತು ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ನಿಕಾಯ, ಕಾಜಬಂಧನಾಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಕಲಬುರಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ತಮಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿದಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ದಯಾನಂದ ಅಕ್ಸರ್ ಸರ್, ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳು, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಕಲಬುರಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರ ಅನುಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿತರಾಗಿ ನೀರಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸಿದಂತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ, ಸಹಾಯಕ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು, ಮಣ್ಣು ಮತ್ತು ನೀರು ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ವಿಭಾಗ, ಕೃಷಿ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ, ಕೃಷಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ರಾಯಚೂರಿವರೆಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವರ ಅನುಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಇದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೌರವ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಬಂದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಿ ಸುಲೋಚನಾ, ಹಿರಿಯ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು, ಡೀನರು, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ನಿಕಾಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಿಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಸದಸ್ಯರು, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಕಲಬುರಗಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ರಬ್ ಉಸ್ತಾದ್, ಹಿರಿಯ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು, ಡೀನರು, ಕಲಾ ನಿಕಾಯ ಹಾಗೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭಿಷೇಕ್ ಪರಿಷತ್ ಸದಸ್ಯರು, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಕಲಬುರಗಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಇರುವವರೆಗೂ ಸಹಿತ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಬಂದಂತಹ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಮೇಧಾವನಿ ಕೆಟ್ಟಿ, ಕುಲ ಸಚಿವರು, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಕಲಬುರಗಿ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಸಹಿತ ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರ ಅನುಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಾದಂತಹ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಕೆ ಸಿದ್ದಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಅನೇಕ ಡೀನರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ, ವಿವಿಧ ಡೀನರು ಮತ್ತು ವಿವಿಧ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವರ ಅನುಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಅತಿಥಿ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಿಂದ ಬಂದಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕರು ಸಹಿತ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಂತ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಪೀಪಲ್ಗಳಿಗೆ, ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರಣ ಸರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಅನಿತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಚೋದನೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತೇಜನ ನೀಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಅವ್ರದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಭಾಗದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಕೆ ವಿಜಯಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿಷಯ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರೇ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವರ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಒನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೆಸರಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, there is no words for them. He is one of the person is behind all the programs, such type of programs in the university and in the department. So ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣಕರ್ತಾದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹಿತ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगल